Hello, my name's Chris. I'm a tray plate driver, and today I'm going to answer a few questions that people have asked me about hitchhiking. So yes, in the old days, and by old days I'm talking probably 30 plus years ago really, I used to sometimes see guys standing at the side of the road hitching a lift, with a set of red and white tray plates like these. And at the time I didn't really know who they were or what they were doing. So who are they, and why don't you really see that happening anymore? Well, first of all, I should probably mention that some tray plate drivers possibly still do hitchhike. At time of recording, this is early 2025 in the UK anyway, hitchhiking is currently not illegal. It's certainly not recommended. But at the end of the day, you simply don't see people doing it as often as they used to. And why is that? Anyway, like I said, I'm a tray plate driver, and here's my first job of the day. I am delivering this very smart 2020 white Toyota Hilux to north of London, and once I've dropped that off, we'll be travelling across London through Paddington Station and out to Swindon, where I'll be collecting a Toyota GT86 Sports Coupe. Right, first job of the day done. One Toyota Hilux delivered. So just for the benefit of those who might be unfamiliar with tray plate driving, what we do is basically deliver vehicles across the country for the motor trade. So car dealers, van dealers and so on, they will buy vehicles basically anywhere, and we are simply the guys who drive them, often a very long way, to wherever they need to go. And the reason we have the red and white registration plates is just for tax purposes mainly, because of course a lot of these vehicles, being in the motor trade, will be in between owners, they won't be taxed. So to legally drive them on the road, we need to display the trade plate. So that's what you're seeing there. So we drivers may have more than one job to do per day. We may be travelling, like I am now, delivering a vehicle somewhere and then needing to travel somewhere else to pick up another vehicle. We'll be doing that by any means we can, so that could be train, bus or indeed hitchhiking. Okay, well I've got to Paddington Station. My train is in about 20 minutes. It will take me to Swindon. So yes, hitchhiking. Why don't you see it anymore? What's changed? Well, short answer is communication has just got so much better. In the old days, if you were out travelling from one place to another, essentially you wouldn't have a mobile phone. No one would know where you were. No one would know when you were going to arrive. So if you got stuck or you missed your train, you missed your connection or something like that, probably it would have been a little bit more common to have actually needed to have hitchhiked in the past compared to today. Today, in the age of mobile phones and the internet, communication is just so much easier. If I get stuck or I find that there's not a train when I need there to be one, you can be in touch with who you need to be in touch with at the touch of a button. So yes, the communication is just so much better these days, including the communication between the drivers themselves. In fact, if you're driving for a company that employs several drivers, then the chances are they'll actually plan that into your day. Sometimes you'll be asked as a driver to stop off en route somewhere to pick up another driver and drop them off to where they need to be. There are Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, drivers kind of get to know each other. They're more than happy to help each other out if one of them gets into a tight spot. So at the end of the day, hitchhiking is just not really necessary anymore. In the old days, there were plenty of companies who wouldn't pay you much or anything at all for your travel expenses. So hitchhiking was obviously a way for drivers to try and save as much money as they could along the way. Thankfully, these days most people look after their drivers a bit better than that, and your travel expenses should really be reimbursed anyway. You shouldn't need to feel under pressure to thumb a lift along the way. And here we are, and this is what we have been to collect from Swindon today. We're already on our way back to the dealership. I've stopped at Membry Services on the M4, and we have a beautiful blue 2019 Toyota GT86. I've never driven one of these before. It has a lovely snickety gear change. It feels eager and responsive. I'll show you inside. Simplicity is the name of the game here. It is all about driving fun. So you haven't got a huge amount of equipment in this car. Quite firm riding. It's got a very sensitive throttle, very sporty gear change. It reminds me a little bit of the MX-5. Actually, the Mazda MX-5. This is probably a bit bigger, but a lovely, lovely car. I'm looking forward to driving this the rest of the way home. Well, good morning, 7:50 a.m. following morning. Got the GT86 back to TMC's Oakhanger yard. You may also ask, why when hitchhiking, why bother holding out these tray plates in the first place? Why not just thumb a lift without holding the tray plates out? Well, there's a very good reason for that, and that is actually just for the sake of the person who's going to stop. It's just a bit of reassurance, because professional drivers in particular, they're much more likely to know who you are, what you're doing, that you're doing a particular job, hopefully that you're not just some random weirdo basically, because obviously there's always a little bit of risk involved when you decide to pick someone up from the side of the road. So yeah, just peace of mind for whoever chooses to stop for you. You may have noticed it's a few days later now. I ran out of time to film this video, and I haven't really had the right opportunity to complete it, so we are keeping going on a different day. And yes, let's not forget, it's not just about the person doing the hitchhiking, it's also about the driver who stops. And in many cases, professional drivers certainly, such as lorry drivers, long distance van drivers, they may not be insured to carry passengers, so technically speaking they shouldn't be stopping to pick anyone up anyway. And in some cases hitchhiking may also well be illegal. For example, on a motorway slip road, it's against motorway regulations to be a pedestrian on a motorway slip road. It's against motorway regulations to stop on a slip road unless it's an emergency. It's extremely dangerous anyways. Well, we've done our collection for the day, and well, what do we have here? It is a Toyota GR86. Having only just driven the GT86 for the first time, barely a week ago, this is now the first time I've driven the faster GR86, only about 500 of these imported to the UK, I believe. And this is a totally different animal, to put it in a cliched kind of way. You've got the kind of extra ducktail spoiler on the back here. Quite a few styling differences from the GT86 I drove the other day. This one, as you can see, is in beautiful condition. It's the 6-speed manual, 231 bhp, 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds. This is a fast car. 2.4 litre petrol boxer engine. Of course, I'm in Wales at the moment. I'm in the Welsh Valleys. Just had a very nice meal here at the Fulling Mill in Tonypandy. Not the ideal place to test drive a car like this, but I'm hoping that I will get to know it a little bit better on the drive back to West Sussex. And here we are, here's the GR86 back at TMC. In very good company with a GT86 and a Ford Focus ST and our little selection of Jimneys there. What a superb car. This was really great to drive. It just feels so firmly planted on the road. It's got just bags of power as well. It's just so eager to go. It's got a very light throttle, so you have to kind of watch it if you're not used to it. And when you put your foot down, it just goes like a little rocket. Would I recommend hitchhiking? No, it's never going to be entirely safe for either the driver or the passenger. Personally, I'd only ever see it as a last resort. Have I ever had to hitchhike? No, not for trade plate driving. I haven't had to do that yet, and if I'm honest, I hope I never have to. But I know a lot of you have had some experience hitchhiking in the past, so please feel free to share your stories in the comments below. Please do give me a like if you enjoyed the video. Please do subscribe if you'd like to join me for some more trade plate driving adventures in the future. And yeah, thanks very much for joining me, and hopefully see you again soon.